Hi, you are welcome to Term 3. This is your science teacher. As you can see on the screen, we are going to start the first part of our science lesson, and we are going to be starting with Unit 2, Module 1, Dynamic Earth, and the first lesson we are taking is Lesson 1, Moving Continents. Quickly we go to the objective of today's lesson. Our objective today says to identify how Earth's surface is constantly moving and changing. We want to find out how the surface of the Earth is constantly moving and changing. As we proceed into the lesson, I would like you to recall back the previous lessons we've had from this unit. Okay, we studied about the shaping Earth's surface when we talked about the tectonic plates, which are always in constant motion, and the motion or the movement of these tectonic plates results to some features that occur on the surface of the Earth. The shape, the mountain ranges, and the volcanoes, the hazard, the things that occur on the surface of the Earth as a result of the Earth's tectonic plates motion. Now, also in that lesson, we learned about the plate boundaries, the boundaries between each of the tectonic plates. Remember, each tectonic plate represents one of the continents of the Earth. Now, the continents or the ocean, we have the oceanic plates and the continental plates. Remember all those? Now, talk about the plate boundaries, the boundaries between each of them when we learned about the convergent boundaries, divergent boundaries, and the transform boundaries, all of those. And we also learned about the subduction zone. We also talked about the natural hazards, the hazards that occur on Earth as a result of the motion of the tectonic plates. These are the previous things we've studied. Please, I would like you to keep your mind on this prior knowledge because it's very important. Try to remember as much as things possible from those lessons and try to make connection between them and what we are having now. Because if you keep them in your mind, you will be properly on track in understanding all that we have to do in this lesson 1. Okay, so as we go ahead, I'd like us to watch a short video. You can see the link for the video here. You can check it out by yourself with someone assisting you at home. And also you see, as you are watching the video, you have to make your own observation. Try to be very keen in connecting your observation with the lesson. Okay, so let's go.
Talk about the ultimate breakup. Europe and Africa have been splitting apart from the American continents for millions of years. At a rate of approximately 2.5 centimeters per year, the continents are moving about as fast as our fingernails grow, and as they continue to split, the rift between them, otherwise known as the Atlantic Ocean, will get even wider. And all this drama is leaving behind a major scar, an underwater valley called the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, which tears more and more as the continents slowly move apart. Looking back on the continental relationship puts us a mere 300 million years ago, when Africa, Europe, the Americas, and all the other continents were one big landmass, the famed supercontinent, Pangaea. Due to the constant churning of magma underneath the Earth's crust, they all split up and moved to their modern-day positions. But if destiny in the form of magma and tectonic plates has anything to say about it, the continents might have a chance of getting back together. But how will these stubborn continents kiss and make up? Scientists believe the plates will shift, causing the continents to rearrange and get back together. But in true tectonic plate style, it'll take about 250 million years. Our planet has a violent soul, majestic and often destructive volcanic.
Okay, so you see from the video tried to make illustration using our fingernails. I will start from that point. Just like the same way you don't know when your fingernails are growing, but you see them grow up, I want you to just take a look at your fingernails. Maybe last week or thereabout, you cut off some of them, but now you see them growing up. It is so insignificant. You don't even know when it is happening, but it happens. This is what happens on the Earth. The Earth's surface is always moving, but we don't see it. It's not like the ground is going to move or something. There is a motion going on along the tectonic plates, and it is affecting the Earth's surface on its own. So now you see, previously, the Earth was like a globe. We are going to see that. You see the continental drifting sea. Before, it was just like one globe, but as they keep moving, turning up and down, it results to the motion, the different shifting apart of the continents. Now let's go ahead to see some good images to help us to understand this lesson. In the video you saw about the Pangaea. Pangaea is, we call it the supercontinent. This is how the Earth was about 300 or 250 millions of years ago, when all of the continents of the Earth are combined in one supercontinent. You can see the North America, the South America, the Africa, and all of them combined, put together as supercontinent. This is the Pangaea. You saw that in the video. Now let's go ahead. You see, so keep that in your mind. In the video also, we saw about the instability of the magma beneath the surface of the Earth. This is one of the main reasons that makes the tectonic plates to move, because the magma keep moving and it's affecting the tectonic plates, and in one time or the other it makes it to move. But take note, from the video we saw that the motion, the movement of this tectonic plate is so minimal, as per like 2.5 centimeter per year. So it is something very minimal, very small, that it might not be obviously seen. So taking a look at this slide, you will see here we have the Pangaea. That is this first one, about 245 millions of years ago. This is how the shape of the Earth was. Now later on it became this way, and this is what we have currently today. So the shape of the Earth has changed over millions of years ago due to the instability of the magma that makes the tectonic plates to move, to drift apart from each other. Now you see here they were all combined. That's the Pangaea, or you call it the supercontinent. But over here, currently, what we have here today in the Earth is like this. Now, so if we can look at it more clearer, you see it here. You can see all the continents represented. This is 225 million years ago. This is 150 million years ago. This is 100, and the Earth today. Okay, so let's proceed. See, so if you take it back to our objective, you are understanding, you are trying to find out to identify how the Earth is constantly moving and changing. We've seen that in many images and in the video. So all of these things that we're talking about gave rise to what we call continental drift theory. We are going to talk about that in the next coming lessons. We're going to talk about the continental drift theory, where we will see the evidences, the scientific proofs that support what we are talking about today. There are some proofs, some evidences that scientists have gathered together to tell us that actually there is a motion going on the surface of the Earth. Okay? All right. So we proceed now. Quickly, we have to go to the science book. Now you should have your science book, Unit 5 with you. We are going to, Unit 2. Science book, Unit 2. Let's start from page 5. In page 5 of Unit 2, we have the science probes. We always use the science probe to enlighten our understanding the more in the lesson. So here I have, it says, 4 friends talked about the surface of Earth. They each had different ideas about how Earth's surface moved. Now let's see their different ideas. Remember, when you open your book, you read through each of these ideas. You have to read it by yourself. Try to understand it. Rowena, Kendra, Tad, Violet. Rowena is saying, I don't think Earth's surface ever moves. Kendra is saying, I think Earth's surface is always moving, and the rest of them. So take time, I will give like 30 seconds for you to read through these 4 ideas from these 4 friends and choose which person do you agree with the most. And remember, when you are choosing any of them, you should have an explanation, a reason at the back of your mind why you are choosing the person. So now I will start to count. For 30 seconds, read through, decide who you agree with, keep it, and try to find a reason why you think you have to agree with him. Okay, that's it. Now, by now you are done with reading, and maybe you've chosen one person as the person you agree with. Now keep your reason at the back of your mind. I will go ahead to make my own choice, and I will try to give my reason. If what you have chosen is not the same with mine, there is no problem. Just try to compare your reason and the reason I'm going to give to see why is it different, okay? So keep in your mind whom you have chosen and listen to what I will give now and compare between the both of them. If you have the same, if you've chosen the same with me, bravo, very great. So now, I think I would agree with Kendra because we've talked about the motion of the tectonic plates, which represent the continents of the earth. And these plates are moving, and we saw the Pangaea, and we saw the current globe. So this is why I'm agreeing with Kendra. Now, in your book, in page 5, you have some lines given to you. There are some spaces of line for you to explain your idea. Now, I am not using a board, so here I have what I've written as my own explanation why I choose Kendra. Here I'm saying that the surface of the earth is always moving because of the motion of tectonic plates that slowly slide over the surface of earth, usually at a rate of only a few centimeters per year. This is my reason. I'm choosing Kendra because the tectonic plates are always sliding over the surface of the earth, but this sliding is only a few centimeters, like we saw from the video. The video says 2.5 centimeters per year, so minimal. So this is the reason why I choose Kendra. So at this point now, you've come to know that really the surface of the earth is constantly moving and changing. And if you're asked to tell the reason, you will say because the tectonic plates are always moving, even though the sliding is so minimal, but it happens. And as millions of years go by, it gives rise to a change on the shape of the surface of the earth. Okay? Now, so quickly before we end the lesson, let's try to, I put up this worksheet here for you to do it just to refreshing your mind about the continents of the earth. You should know it. Use the word bank to fill up these spaces. As when you do that, you'll be able to understand really. So try to do the worksheet to refreshing your mind again. Now quickly, before we end the section for today, let's go to the plenary. Please look at the plenary and try to answer it by yourself. Try to reason along with it, because once you do that properly, it means you've understood or you've gotten the good idea in our objective today. So the first question in the plenary is asking us why is Earth's surface always moving? We gave the reason already, because the tectonic plates are always in motion due to the instability of the magma beneath the surface of the Earth. So we see that the Earth's surface is always moving. We saw the different shapes at the different points in time. Now the second plenary is asking you, what is the difference between the Pangaea and the current globe? We have it here. You can take a look at them. This is the Pangaea and this is the current globe. Now try to find out by yourself the difference in shape, in size, or whatever between the Pangaea and the current globe. This is the Pangaea, or you call it the supercontinent, and this is the current globe, the current shape of the Earth today. So what is the difference between these two? Thank you so much, and see you in the next lesson.